Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and I'm giving my last Sudsy recap of the night, I swear to God. This one's for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and then I'm all caught up. But you'll notice that this is the first time I've ever done a Sudsy recap for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because this is the normal spot for Below Deck. But apparently there is not going to be a Below Deck reunion this season. And I know that Captain Lee has tweeted that he's disappointed in that because he has a lot to say. And I've already thrown it out there that I want to host an internet reunion for them. So if they want to get it all out, let's get it all out. And now that I know Lisa Vanderpump's publicist, Phil LaBelle, I'm going to put this out there to you, Phil LaBelle. Hook it up so that we can have the Below Deck reunion at SUR, right? Because then we can promote the fuck out of Lisa Vanderpump and all of her adventures, whether it's her sangria, her restaurants, whatever. And we'll also get the fans. The fans are the most important thing, and they will get the closure of the reunion that they are not getting this year. And in all fairness, Andy Cohen said that that isn't his choice. It was someone higher up than him and Bravo, which I don't know how much of that I believe, but I definitely think that he's not the be-all and end-all of Bravo. He's not the head of Bravo, but, I mean, he's pretty much everywhere on there, so I'm just throwing that out there. We get the whole cast together. We get Trevor. We get Ashley. We get Alex from season 1 just to pop by. You know, I say we do that because he's already crossed over to Vanderpump Rules. That's why I'm saying, you know, why not him? So that's all I'm saying is, and plus that season 1, yeah, I say we do that. So I'm just throwing that out there. Throwing it out there. I'm totally down with that idea. Okay, so anyways, also about Below Deck, people were curious. They're like, oh my God, you know, I did this interview with Kyle and then it got taken down. Well, the reality is I did the interview with Kyle, and I don't think that he or his manager quite knew that I was going to be putting them up in sequentially in days. So they asked if I would take the interviews down until the finale aired. So I'm not one to be a shady bitch and just not, you know, say, you know, fuck you. You know, I've got the footage, fuck you. No, I said that's fine. So what I did was I dismantled the footage. I didn't dismantle it. I just set it to private so no one could see it but me. However, if you noticed, I don't know if you've even noticed or not, but last week I untook, because after the finale aired, I took the second episode of the special, the two of the 4-part interview. I took it off of private and I made that public, and I'll be making part 3 public tonight after I post this episode. So next week, I'll air episode 4 of my interview with Kyle, because it was a great interview. I'm not going to lie. It was great. I had a blast with him. He was very funny, very cheeky. I enjoyed him a lot, actually. I mean, that much should be evident from the first episode when we had the first interview. But he's great. He's wonderful. I love him. Okay, so now let's talk to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Okay, so let's start with our soap divas. Eileen Davidson, who is the queen of all soaps. She's, you know, Susan Banks on Days of Our Lives. I know that she's Kristen DiMera, but I will always remember her as Susan Banks. And she's Ashley Abbott on Young and the Restless. And she talked about how her dream storyline on Young and the Restless is to be an Erica Jane character, where by day she's Ashley Abbott, executive, and by night she's singing at gay clubs around the world. I love it. I love the relationship between Eileen and Erica. I think it's wonderful. I think it's girl power. It really is. So I think that's wonderful. Although there's a little bitterness between Lisa and Eileen still, but we'll get to that when we talk about Lisa Vanderpump. Okay, so now let's talk about Lisa Rinna. Lisa Rinna has basically kind of not retreated, but she's basically saying, look, I said what I said. I'm sorry I was hard on you. But it is what it is. You know, if you don't want to forgive me, you don't have to. I'm not telling you. I'm just telling you how I feel. And Lisa Vanderpump, I'm going to say, even though there hasn't been 100% growth, there has been, I would say, 80% growth in Lisa Vanderpump. So she actually said, let's move on, let's move forward. I love that. That's wonderful. That's great as well. I think that's wonderful. So, okay, so there's those two. Then there's Erica Jane. So this season, we're obviously going to be seeing a lot more of Erica Jane than we did last season. Or maybe we'll be seeing more of her alter ego, Erica Girardi. But first of all, let's just talk about how Eileen Davidson better have that gift-giving game on fucking fleek. I mean, giving her a part on The Young and the Restless, happy birthday. Shit, I can't wait till I turn 45. To get a part on Young and the Restless. I mean, don't get me wrong. Her husband, Tom, gave her a Chagall painting, which is worth $1 million. And then also gave her one of these panther rings that she loves so much from Cartier that's close to $80,000. So, that's pretty awesome. But I'm sorry, that Young and the Restless part is like the gift. So I give mad props to Eileen because she let her have the say in however she wants to play her character, whether she wanted to be a nun. So we find out because her character airs tomorrow, that she plays, I guess, some sort of snooty, high-powered executive that gets into a bitch fight with Eileen. I love it. I think it's great. I'm so excited to see it. I love me some Erica Jane. I think she's wonderful. I'm very excited. Okay, so that's that. Now, Kyle Richards. First of all, Kyle's cut her hair this season, and she looks great. I mean, she's always had great hair, but she had the same style for all those seasons. So now in this season, she actually changed it up a little. She's parting it in the middle. She's got some layers, and she lightened it up a little. It looks great. The hair is on fleek. The hair looks wonderful. It's pretty good. And she's always been a good friend to Lisa Vanderpump, but she's a good friend to all the other girls as well. So, she's in that weird position that, so many of the housewives are in when they're in the middle of a fight, right? Okay, so now let's talk about Lisa Vanderpump. So, Vanderpump, okay, I'm not going to lie. I don't really watch the Beverly Hills Housewives for Lisa Vanderpump because that's what I watch Vanderpump Rules for. If I want to, because that is really pretty much all centered around Lisa Vanderpump and her staff, right? Whereas Beverly Hills Housewives, she's an ensemble player. In Vanderpump Rules, she's the star, right? So I don't really watch too much for her in Beverly Hills Housewives. But I will say she made progress with Lisa Rinna. And, she kind of made some jabs to Eileen, which really was like, oh my God, girls, you're both pretty. Please don't fight. I hate it when you fight. I hate it that I have those two ingrown hairs that look like pimples. They're huge. I mean, that is ridiculous. I should totally use that to get out of work and say, oh, I've got hives because I'm so stressed out. No, I'm not going to do that anyways. That's ridiculous. But anyways, she told Eileen, she's like, because Eileen was like, have you seen my husband? And she's like, yeah, I saw him in the corner over there with his head up someone's skirt. And Eileen Davis was like, wow, okay. No. Well, haha. I mean, like, really? But, Lisa chalked that up to her British sense of humor. She's like, it's not as nice as the American sense of humor. The British sense of humor is a lot more biting. And I will say, it kind of is. She's kind of right there. But just like Eileen said, she definitely thinks there was a little more to it than just having a biting sense of humor. Okay, so those are our four, soap divas, right? And then we also have Dorit. Dorit's the new girl. Dorit's permanent house guest is Boy George, which is all kinds of fucking fierce. I think that is incredible. We had 5 soap divas. Wait, Erica Jane, Lisa Rinna, and then Kyle Richards and Lisa Vanderpump and Erica Jane. So 5. So now, so 6. So Dorit makes 6. So Dorit, I definitely see some tension between Erica and Dorit coming, because Dorit is sort of putting on airs that she's not American, and Erica Jane's like, bitch, you come from Connecticut. So we'll see how that goes down next episode, but I'm very excited. I can't wait to watch. Anyways, thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Feel free to check me out on Twitter at Angel Benton. And you can hashtag RHOBH to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And tomorrow I'll be discussing Days of Our Lives again. And have a wonderful evening. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.